Hello everyone, it's Michael again. Um, on this edition of our Java tutorial, we're going to write your first Java program. If this is your first coding, don't worry, it may look confusing at first, but I will explain every line step by step. By the end of this video, you will understand how Java actually runs. So, just to double check, our previous video speaks about how we're going to install the IntelliJ. Also, one of our videos speaks about how we're going to install the JDK, and also we have another video that's highlights what we will be doing at the course of this Java tutorial. So in case if you miss any of those videos, you can actually try to check our playlist to go back, and listen to the guide in which we actually have for you there. So continue from on this particular project, which is going to be your first code. To start with, we have our IntelliJ open, so we're going to click, the new project. We're just going to call it Hello World. We're going to call it Hello World. Just something simple. We're going to leave all these other boxes, the way it is, and we're going to go to the create. And of course, it's going to IntelliJ is going to automatically, have some code that's going to be default there. So, but we don't need this code for now because this is basically we're going to explain from the beginning how each of the lines of the code, and we want you to actually be able to write your code, from scratch yourself. So, it's already created a file called the main .java file. So you have to ensure that when we try to create a class here, it's going to be the same name as you have here, the main .java. So we're going to create our class. We're going to create our class here. I think it's already class main. So that's our class, right? We're going to actually have the method that we're going to make it static. Sorry, static void. So if you have no worries, I will explain each line of this code after I'm done typing. So because of this code, we're going to be just printing out hello world. So, like I said, at the course of this video, we are going to show you how to basically how to create your Java class, how the main method basically works, how to print out the output using the System.out.println line, and also how Java actually runs, on your local machine, basically. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to show you how we can run this code and it's going to print out hello world for us. So we're going to click on the play button icon here that looks like an icon. It's the run button for this particular class. So when we click it, it's going to run for us, and we're just going to wait for a few minutes. You can see we have hello world there. So finally, we have our first Java code, written and printed out. So instead of clicking this button, we can as well go ahead and click the run button from here. It's still the same, and it's still going to show us the hello world. So at this point, I'm going to try and explain each part of the code. So to start with, I'm going to start with the part where we have the public class main. So the word class there is used to define a class in Java. So, and for now, think of a class as a container for your code. The main is the name of the class. Like I said earlier, it's going to be the same name we have our file stored. So, and also the public means, that means this class can be accessed from outside, outside this particular class, actually, make it accessible. So we're going to talk about, other like private, the public, and we're going to talk about, other ways actually that we can actually restrict, our class not getting to be accessible by, outside the class itself. And also, I would like to explain the main method here. That means the public static void main string hags. So this line is very important. This is called the main method. Java starts running from the program. Basically at this part, Java basically starts running your program from this point, at the point of this your main method. So the main is the entry point of the program. So when you click the run button, Java looks for that main method first at any point in time. Then afterwards, it's going to check what is inside your main method, which is the System.out.println hello world, which is what we printed, the hello world that we printed here. This line prints actually the text on the screen. Whenever we actually write in, so regardless of whatever it is that you write inside the main method, the quotation mark actually, the quotation mark, it's going to print it out because that's what we asked it to do, and that's what the system out print indicates. So now the output is definitely going to be for us hello world, and I want to try and explain the curly brackets that we have in there. The curly brackets basically define a block of code, so it's very important that you open and you have you're open and a close curly brackets. So the class has its own block, the block, and also the main method has its own block. That means the curly brackets that we have inside this our code. And of course, when we actually run it, it's actually shows our hello world. So permit me to say congratulations, you have actually ended up successfully printing out, writing your first Java code. At this point, I would like to actually, explain a little bit more. So the flow, basically, your main. So now, so that we have a better understanding of what we've been talking about. The simple explanation is the first, you write your Java code in your Java file, then your Java compile it into a bytecode, and that bytecode basically run on the JVM, which means your Java virtual machine. And the flow goes like from your main Java file, it compiles it, and your main class also, it goes to the JVM, and the JVM basically outputs your whatever it is that you have in your code. This is why Java is a platform independent, and also, like I said, the same code can run on Windows, Mac, and Linux as long as as long as it has the JVM installed in it. So you already finally have your now you have a proper understanding of your first Java program and how Java runs behind the scene. In the next video, we'll learn more about other parts, which is the variable and data type, which also allow us to store information in our program. So subscribe to our channel and continue with the full Java course. See you in the next video. Bye for now.